probably the surprise package in the finals this year for State League 1. They've obviously just come up last year from State League 2, and now they're facing a in-form Cumberland side at home who are unbeaten in their last 4. We've got a big fixture ahead of us. Joining me in the commentary, can't say a booth, it's the commentary, not even a scaffold this time, the commentary
roof.
The commentary roof is Daniel Gastella.
Thanks, Alessio. Good to be here. Should be a good hit out between these two teams.
As the players now get out onto the park, we'll go through the lineups of both teams. Salisbury United and Cumberland both making some changes this week. One change for the Salisbury United lineup is Anthony Luongo comes in for Jackson Bullen, who drops out of the squad. He came off at half-time last week, so I'm pretty sure that'll be due to an injury. In the Cumberland side, they make 2 substitutions. Harley Jepp coming in for Sebastian Tui, and Ellis Dunton coming in for Adrian Duffy at left fullback. So that's 2 left-sided players. Maybe Jepp might play on the right, in fact, but that's 2 for them. And they've obviously made a couple of ins on the bench as well in Angus Miller, and Adrian Duffy's also come to the bench for Salisbury United. It's much of the same as well. Their bench, they've brought in 2, Mariba Luor and Abdi Siraj come in. And the rest of them, only Anthony Luongo is the one to make the change in the starting lineup. So we've got 6 games going on today simultaneously in the State League 2, State League 1 and the NPL. This is obviously the second of 2 State League 1 fixtures today. The other one, Adelaide Blue Eagles are hosting West Adelaide. They finished 6th while Adelaide Blue Eagles finished 3rd. Obviously Cumberland played Adelaide Blue Eagles in their last fixture last week. 3-3 draw, entertaining one, high scoring, a lot of interesting goals as well. A couple of players in form as well. Zakaria Abdullah, he scored last week. So did your good mate Nathan Munro as well. Celebrated his 200th with a goal.
Yep, good to see him on the score sheet, old butters. Hopefully he can get on it today as well.
Top scorer as well for Cumberland United this season with 12 goals. And on the other side, they have the league top scorer in Matthew Taylor, captain of Salisbury. And he's got us underway here now. Interesting side, Salisbury as well. They brought in a couple of players during the season as well. One of them, in fact, is Jacob Vanderhout, who's coming from Adelaide Croatia Raiders. Made an electric start, as does Salisbury here now with Bebbington. He plays it across the map.
Jeez.
Taylor, and that's an early goal. The league top scorer, and that was almost stumbling over my words there as he stumbled that ball in across the line. That's Matthew Taylor, and they're 1-0 ahead the away side, Daniel.
That was some good attacking play there from Salisbury. I think they just caught Cumberland by surprise.
Just trying to get his name out there, Liam Bebbington. He came across in an interesting area and in between the defence of Cumberland United, put a good ball across, and the man in form in this league. 18 for the season now, Matthew Taylor. The man who started out as a centre-back this season.
Yeah.
Sure if they put you up, Daniel, they get the same product?
Oh, I don't think they would, mate. Unfortunately not.
But he's repaid him at the moment, Salisbury United. What a start. It's about a minute or 2 in there. We haven't got the live stream up here with us, but I'm sure that's about a minute or 2 in. What a start for Salisbury United. 1-0 ahead here, and we'll give you some live updates of the scores around the grounds as well. It was, in fact, 1 minute into this game that goal came across. While around the grounds, I don't think they've started yet. So I think they have a bit of a delayed kickoff, and I think there's a 5 p.m. one in the NPL specifically. But everybody will be tuned into this at the moment, as will the spectators at Cumberland who want to get their side back on level terms. Obviously a big in there for Cumberland. Matt Taylor gets another opportunity. Matt Taylor! That's a screamer from Matt Taylor, and 2 goals in the opening 5 minutes. Who else but the captain of Salisbury, Matthew Taylor, 19 for the season, Daniel.
My goodness, what a strike from this angle as well, Alessio, up here.
And the Salisbury faithful are singing loud and proud now. Their captain's got them to a dream start here at AA Bailey Reserve. Everybody's going to be tuned in now because this game's got goals. On for a hat-trick now. I mean, one of the form players I had here, he's got 7 goals in his last 7 games, including a 3-game stretch of 2 braces in all 3 of them. And he's got another one here.
That was absolutely perfectly placed. He knew exactly where the goalkeeper was, straight over his head.
Got a bit of wind up here, but there must be a little bit on the ground there as well. He's just chipped it over there of the keeper, Seb Matosevic, who isn't too much of a slouch himself. 6 clean sheets this season, Seb Matosevic. Gone for another one there, Matt Taylor, but that one's bounced up nicely into the hands of Matosevic. They're going to want to settle things here now. The wind is picking up as well here. We can tell in our microphones, but on the ground, don't even think I've seen it been in the Salisbury half in the whole start of the game yet.
No.
It's been all Cumberland defensive areas. These Luongo's come into the team. He's one I didn't get to do enough research in, but obviously there's two Luongos in this Salisbury team. The keeper, Luke Luongo, and the player, Anthony Luongo. Not too sure about that, but we do have brothers on the pitch today, and that is Marwan Abdullahi, the left fullback for Salisbury, and Zakaria Abdullahi, the left winger for Cumberland. So I thought they might come up against each other, but Zakaria started on the left at the moment, and Marwan's found his position, the left fullback. So maybe when they play together for Somalia, they play on the left side, but today they're playing on opposing sides today.
Yeah, I think the wind's pretty strong down there, Alessio. Looks like some of the players are struggling a little bit with the long balls especially.
It's obviously dangerous in the defence as well, some of these long throw-ins as well when you've got a player like Nathan Munro on the end of them. Salisbury do clear though. Finally now Cumberland getting a bit of time on the ball to reset things and try and play out from the back. It's obviously difficult, as you said, with the wind, but it's going to be difficult as well the way that Salisbury set up. I was talking to a couple of their players from last season, good friend of both of ours, Anthony Taylor, about the formation that they set up with. There's Ibuki Shinto's coming away with it now on the left. Faces up his defender in Jack Show and goes one way then the other. Ibuki Shinto's in the box looking for a square, but good interception that time by Redmond. But yeah, I was looking at their formations and it looks like they go with a 4-1-2-1-2 diamond. Salisbury, so obviously they love to get their midfielders in and around it, and Luongo was the one who came on at half-time last week, as I said, for Jackson Bullen, playing in one of those wide midfield roles. But a big thing that Matthew Gasson loves to do as well is use all of his substitutes. Last week, making 4 of them, all during the game, and all 4 of them were the midfielders. Jep almost got on the end of that, but a good clearance from Julian Vella. Now Cumberland getting some ascendancy. This time it's Jep, and Luongo only clears long.
I like the way that Salisbury defend Alessio, with a lot of intent, a lot of pressing. They don't give Cumberland a sniff. It's good to see.
In my opinion as well, there's some of those defenders in the Salisbury line I wouldn't have picked to be defenders in the first place. Aaron Bannister, from what I've seen when he played previously in the local league, he was more of a midfielder maybe defensively. Even Julian Vella, he was a winger when he played previously at Raiders, Port Pirates as well. He was at Raiders when I was there as an under 18-year-old, and I think he was under the coaching of Terry Westwood when Terry Westwood was a coach at Croatia Raiders Reserves. He was a winger, even a striker, scored a few goals for them as well, but found his way at centre-back, and they seems to have the position modifiers, maybe Matthew Gaston.
Yeah, he does.
And now clearing it out to his fullback in Warnakula Saria. Tough name for that. I think they know him as Anik Moore, this right fullback. He's got a tough last name to pronounce, but former player of Adelaide Blue Eagles as well. Now it's on the far side with Majorana. Long ball going in, looking for Munro that time, and it Comes out again. They're going to really keep persisting with this long throw-in at the moment, Cumberland United. They have got one tall timber at the moment, but they've got a couple of youngsters that are in and around. Obviously, you've got Rocky Visconti as well. Has a positive season. He's playing more advanced this season as well in the 10 role compared to, I think he played more of the 6 in the previous years that I've seen him, or when you played against him as well. He played in 8, I think.
Yep.
So it's probably more of a less running role and more creativity role from him there, and that's what you want from an experienced professional like him. Long ball in now, looking for him. Munro tries to get the flick on. Might have just hit it. Missed the ball and found Luongo instead.
What do you make of the game so far, Alessio?
Yeah, I mean, it's that opening 5-10 minutes was unbelievable from Salisbury, and that's the reason they're in this position in the first place, playing in the final series straight up from being promoted. But other than that, I really haven't seen too many patterns of play from either side at the moment. Cumberland obviously persisting with their long balls and flick-ons to Munro. Harrington now looking into the box. A bit of a mix-up in the defence, but they've just about found Kyle Carr now. Rocky Visconti now has got time to switch it. That's an excellent ball out to Harley Jepp. And he's got time to find Marwan Abdullahi, but another good clearance from Vela there. It's a bit of a better attack now from Cumberland. They're finally getting their foothold in the game at the moment, Daniel, but that opening 5 minutes is really going to kill you. I mean, I can't really tell which way the wind's going, but perhaps that was with the wind in the first half at the moment, Salisbury. So, as you do know, that probably does add an extra goal to any team you're playing against when they're with the wind. But other than that, they're finding themselves back into the game a bit better now, Cumberland. Here's Redmond. To Anik. Ball pass. Shinto now finds that man, Matthew Taylor. He was obviously the penalty taker for the last few seasons as well, and he's obviously had that knack of scoring in front of goals, but to have the composure in front of goals as a former defender and centre-back it's got to be something to be, can't be squawked at, Daniel.
No, it's something to be proud of. I think something like that is not really taught. It's more of a natural instinct, so it was very well finished.
Now it's Munro, looks to spin and shoot, asking for a handball, but Salisbury do clear now, and Matthew Taylor tries to get on the end of this. He's got a bit of pressure here now showing. He opts not to go back to his keeper, and they do keep this well until that point. Now it's Abdullahi with a loose touch and a foul in the middle of the park. But yeah, as we were saying, I mean, we've seen defenders take penalties in the past. Obviously, you played with John Fusco, used to take him a lot himself, and you've seen Harry Maguire's one that comes to mind that absolutely rifles them in. But yeah, as we said, to have that composure in front of goals as a former defender is just unbelievable, especially to have it with such consistency. I mean, 19 goals for the season and probably what is his first year as a attacker for most of it.
Yep.
Mano now looks for the flick to Jepp. Luongo comes out and might have got a bump there, but he's done well, the young keeper.
I think it's also a bit of a testament to Matt Gaston's coaching and his coaching ways. I mean, there's another lad out there, Harrington, 23, not 3-4 years ago, he was a centre-back playing for Sturt as well. Now he's plodded along in the midfield looking very comfortable. So I think that's just goes to show what Gatto can do.
I couldn't find any former Cumberland players in this either team or any former Salisbury players in the Cumberland team, but there is a few players obviously made the transfer during the season, or players who played with each other at previous clubs as well. And I was looking at as well some finals experience. Obviously, Matt Taylor scored the 2 goals in the grand final last year for Salisbury in the final series. One in extra time as well. I think there might have been 2 penalties, if I'm thinking of them correctly, and as they won 2-1 against Western Strikers 2023 grand final. So he's got a bit of experience in this final series, as well as a couple of other players as well. That ball comes now to Rocky Visconti, but his legs don't reach it. Now Bannister clears to Ibuki Shinto. Still fighting it out there. Might have the help of Bevington, but on the far side, Redmond does well. Yeah, as I was saying, some of the final series experience from both of these teams as well. Dermot Harrington scored a goal in the final series 2021 for Salisbury as they were knocked out in penalties by Noarlunga. Liam Bevington also scored in the final series in 2023 as well. And Josh Kay did as well. So they have a couple of players. Josh Kay's obviously on the bench today, but Zakaria Abdullahi now comes away from a couple, 1 and 2. Facing up Julian Vella, looking for the cross, and that's going to go behind for the first corner of the match, Daniel.
Yeah, this is a bit more positive play from Cumberland, getting the ball out wide, attempting to get the ball into the box. So if they keep it this way, they'll look at getting one back, hopefully.
Here's going to be Abdullahi on the end of this set piece as well. Good punch there from Luongo, and now Shinto just clears long.
Cumberland seem to play very direct for not having the tallest team. I understand they've got Munro up there, who's got a bit of height to him, but the players around him, Rocky and Jep, aren't very tall. They tend to play a very direct game this year.
Yeah, I mean, they've obviously got the tall timber up top there with Munro, as you did say, and they're trying to get those flick-ons. We've seen other teams in the State League do quite similar and play fit as well. But they do have quite a few tall timber in their front line as well, compared to just one. So if it doesn't find the head of Munro, I mean, they haven't got a lot more to aim for, but I think they're just looking to get that nod down to one of their quick wingers and dangerous attackers in behind there.
Yep.
Shinto now looking for Bevington. He's found that similar area, that first goal. Tries to take it past Redmond, but he's shielded out for a goal kick now. Out to Dunton now. Ellis Dunton's come into the team this week after a couple of weeks out, replacing Adrian Duffy at what looked like was left fullback, but it looks like now on the far side is Majorana, who was playing centre back the last couple of weeks. So Dunton's come back into the centre back while Majorana's gone out to left fullback. That's one change for Cumberland as Carr tries to poke that forward for Abdullahi, but it's got too much on the end of it. Luongo takes this goal kick. He's only got 4 clean sheets this season. That goes to show how many games that Salisbury have been in where it's been quite tight, and they've had quite a few goals to contend with. Obviously last week winning 4-2 against Fulham, and a drastic end to that game with a couple of fantastic goals from either side. Tom Strain's on the bench today for Salisbury. He scored 3 goals off the bench this season. 2 of them were in the cup, and obviously first league goal of the season and the last game of the season is everything you want to see. Here's Majorana now, looking for feet of one of his attackers, but they seem to be just blocked out from the Salisbury United players at the moment, and that's probably due to that formation for Salisbury, playing that diamond midfield. It's going to be such a block in there for any of those players to get on the ball, and maybe that's what's forcing them to go long, Daniel.
Yeah, I think so, Alessio. It's pretty chockers in there. They're not really letting Cumbie get through at all, so I think that warrants the long ball from Cumbie. I think that's why that's happening.
Great ball in behind there from Vanderhout to Shinto, and he keeps that as well. Everything playing through Vanderhout at the moment. As we did say at the start of this broadcast, he's come over in the last 6 games from Raiders, as Harrington is still in the box here. Harrington's still doing well. He might take a shot if he's got enough time. Luongo now, out to Matt Taylor on the right fullback. Looks for the ball in the box, but I guess you'd hope himself was in there at that spot, at that stage. But yeah, as we were talking about, Vanderhout come over from Adelaide Croatia Raiders this year. He got promoted with them last year. Didn't obviously get a lot of games with them this year, only 4. While he's played 6 games at the moment for Salisbury, 3 goals in them as well, with 1 goal last week and 2 previously to that against Playford. They've all been fantastic goals as well from Jacob Vanderhout. Quite a few of them been from quite far out of the box, and I think one of them might have had a deflection, but other than that, he's been a great in for them, as well as another player from Raiders they picked up was Jackson Bullen. So a couple of these players, I think, played under Terry Westwood when he was the reserve coach for Croatia Raiders. He was even the first team coach at Raiders as well, so you would have had Jackson Bullen there as well. But obviously, Matthew Gaston has obviously picked up those players now, and they've really provided new energy and life into this midfield of Salisbury. Here's Van der Hout. Dangerous area for Matosevic to punch. He opts for the punch. Harrington's there with a volley, but doesn't connect as cleanly as he would like. But I think that wind is playing a bit of difficulty with the keepers at the moment, Daniel.
Yeah, it looks like it's a bit of trying conditions out there with this wind blowing. Hopefully it dies down soon, but it doesn't look like it will.
Quite a tight contest in the previous meetings between these two sides as well over the last couple of seasons. 3 wins for Salisbury United and 4 wins for Cumberland. There was a stretch of 3 in a row there for Cumberland before that game a couple of weeks ago, 5 weeks ago in fact, when they Salisbury beat Cumberland 3-1. Obviously, a couple of these Cumberland players as well scored against Salisbury in their first meeting in round 7. That was Nathan Munro scored that day, as well as Zakari Abdullahi as they beat him 2-0. And that was the last time they played Salisbury at home here. They beat them 2-0 Cumberland. So it's a reverse of that at the moment for Salisbury as we enter about the first 25 minutes of this half. Seems like our game's the only one that's been played at the moment. A couple of other... Shinto now tries to pick the pocket, and they are going to repay that back for a foul. But yeah, it looks like today's game is the only one that is playing at the moment. A couple of external net issues and delays around the grounds. State League 2 is obviously playing there with Eastern and Adelaide Uni as well, and I'm sure as well as Vista and Demons. But aside from that, this is the only game at the moment that's being played from the go. Set piece now opportunity for Salisbury United, and this is where they really come to pay off. They've obviously got a couple of tall timber in there, Harrington, Taylor as well, and obviously you've got Marchioro, who looks like he'll be entering this one. Scored a clutch header last week to put his team 3-2 ahead, and he's scored a hat-trick of headers earlier in the season as well against Vipers. He's their third top scorer as well, Matthew Marchioro. Van der Hout over the top of this now, looking for one under the back post. Goes low instead. Looks like Shinto almost had a toe onto that one, but it's Matosevic claims. Now Visconti only has Majorana up forward, and Van der Hout makes the interception. So we're just past the 20th minute mark in this game, Daniel, and aside from that early start, it seems like both teams haven't really got into the flow of things, haven't really been able to play like they do, but I think that's what you see in State League 1, both teams just trying to oppose the other and trying to limit their opportunities.
Yeah, I think, notwithstanding the first maybe 5 minutes of this game, it's been pretty even between the two teams. A little bit shaky, probably nervous. Finals nerves.
Oh, Taylor looking for the hat-trick. Matthew Taylor!
My Lord.
He's got a hat-trick in the first half, Daniel, and that is unbelievable for Salisbury United. 20 goals for the season. Matthew Taylor, take a bow!
What a strike.
Well, we said the wind has played a factor in this half, but he's just expertly guided that wind and guided his team into a 3-0 lead. Daniel, have you seen a more impressive performance in the first half?
No, what a start from the lad. That is amazing.
Talk about an impact. Matthew Gadsden, that position modifier you put him on in the middle of the season has paid dividends. Looked like it was a foul there. Bevington was asking the question of the referee now, and he might even get a booking here, or somebody's getting a talking to. I'm not sure. No, he's just going to play it from there. But what a start Salisbury United have made right now, and think a lot of people would have Cumberland as the favourites coming into this game. They've played so well at home in the past. Been undefeated in quite a few games as well here at home at AA Bailey Reserve. But Salisbury United, the ultimate package. And Matthew Taylor guiding Salisbury United to heights they've never saw before in quite a few years. Looking at their finals history, they only played it 3 times in the last 10 years in the final series. They played obviously in 2023 last year, all the way to the grand final and won that. 2021 they lost in the first week on penalties to Noarlunga, and in 2024 they lost the playoff to Playford. 2014, sorry. So they've only played it 3 times in the last 10 years, but looks like Luongo's struggling with he might have got stepped on the shoulder or the hand. As the ball comes in, an excellent ball. Munro looking for the second opportunity. That was a good ball from Jep. Luongo's still down here. He's clutching that shoulder. I don't know if that's a collarbone issue, but he's really asking for something here now. And they've obviously got, it's obviously the player that came in this week into the lineup, Luongo, for Jackson Bullen. Got a couple of midfielders on the bench as well. Mitch Cool. Josh Kay can play in a wide midfield role as well. Looks like he's the closest one to Matthew Gaston on the sidelines there as well.
Kind of speechless, Alessio. I'm not really sure what to say or how to react to what I've just seen so far.
Yeah, we just said it was in the opening 5 minutes, a bit of scrappy play at the back and taking advantage, and then it's just every time they've gone forward and got it past those centre backs and that back line of Cumberland, he just seems to know that Matosevic is on his heels back there and using the wind. I think the wind has to be going that way at this point.
Yeah, you can see the corner flag. It looks like it is in favour of Salisbury.
So he's taken advantage of that on 2 occasions now. Got a hat-trick. He's done better than he has in the final series 2023 now, with the 2 goals in the final, 3 in the elimination final, and it's a very long road for Cumberland to come back from now. Now it's Visconti driving into the box, left-footed. I think he's got a deflection on that one as he looked to curl it in behind. And Majorana tries to keep this in, but it's a good sliding challenge from Bannister. Obviously, that wet weather just before kickoff as well has probably added to a couple of sliding challenges today. It would make the game play a lot quicker, and that's maybe what happened in the first 5 minutes. They didn't expect the pitch to be that wet and that playing that quickly, and Salisbury really taking advantage of it. Taylor now looking long this time. I think it's going to fall for Ellis Dunton on that far side, and Cumberland are trying to play out now. They're trying to keep their heads up at the moment. They've got the home support here. Seb Matosevic does well. Looking right-footed out wide here for Harley Jep. It's an excellent distribution to find him now, Jep, but he's getting held up here by Luongo. Haven't really found in at the moment as Harley Jep. Second top scorer for Cumberland this season. He's also got 12 goals, but 8 of them have come in the league, while Munro's 9 have come in the league. So he would have finished as their top scorer in the regular season, Munro, but counting cup goals out, I think they're both equal. Been on a few penalties as well, Harley Jep, but he's missed for the last round due to injury, but he had 2 goals in his last 2 games for Cumberland. So prior to that injury, he was in some great form, and I think he wants to carry that on and try and get something back for Cumberland at the moment. Just really chasing this game, and who knows, we might see a second half from them that is mimic this first one using that win themselves. But at this stage, I think Salisbury United are trying to slow this game down now, take it into the half and take that storming lead into the break. So what do you think Cumberland have to do for the remainder of this half, Daniel, to try and get back into it and maybe try and salvage a late goal maybe and create a bit of uncertainty coming into the half?
Yeah, I think if Salisbury can see the half out at 3-0, that won't work wonders for Cumby's confidence. I think they're going to need to get at least one back before half time, and then have a strong start to the second half.
Bit of rain now comes over the top of us. Hopefully some of this equipment might stay a bit dry if we can try and hide it in the box, but rain's coming in a bit hard now, but just a bit of wind that's carrying on with it, so hopefully it doesn't last too long as we're up here in the unsheltered rain and the unsheltered scaffold of commentary booth. But other than that, I think that's just going to create for a quicker, faster paced game and maybe a few mistakes that people can pounce on as they have so far.
Yeah, I think so. But you on the pitch, the ball starts zipping around a bit quicker. Easier to breathe. Hopefully Cumbie can speed up their game and get one back.
Another loose ball that time. It looks like Wanakula Saria has just passed it over. Bebbington is looking for Taylor. The man in form, it almost found him again, and Bebbington's still going on the end of this now. Marwan Abdullahi tries to take it past Wanakula Saria, and looks like he has prevented. No, he hasn't prevented the corner. It is going to be a corner for Salisbury United now.
Yeah, despite being 3-0 up, Salisbury is still on the prowl, still attacking, still looking to get another goal.
And that's what you want to see from a team who's trying to push for something that's unprecedented for them at the moment. It's going to be Vanderhout on the end of this set piece now. Floats it in, far post. Away from a couple of players, unfortunately, and Bebbington trying to keep it alive, but it's going to be nothing but a goal kick at the moment. Another second ball won by Salisbury. This time that ball's over to Shinto. He's up taking the offside trap. Shinto is looking for Matt Taylor, but that's a great clearance there from the captain of Cumberland, Jack Showen, off the head of Matt Taylor, looking for his fourth. Got to show some love to the centre back sometimes, Daniel. How was that from the captain?
Yeah, I agree. That was a goal-saving challenge at the end of the day. If not for that challenge, that would have been 4, and that definitely would have been game over.
Another set-piece opportunity. Vanderhout looking again for that back post area. Mark Euro's there. Comes outside to Luongo, but a late challenge on Carr from him, and looks like he's obviously avoided a booking under the complaints of the Cumberland defence. Looks like some scores around the grounds as well. Modbury Jets 1-0 up over Adelaide United youth team, 12 minutes into that clash, and West Adelaide taking the unlikely lead against Blue Eagles 1-0. So I think if things stay the way they are, an unbelievable Northern Derby clash is in store next week. Playford versus Salisbury in 2 legs. If West Adelaide can keep their result and Salisbury can keep this one, I think that's That would be an interesting one. 2 legs, one at Salisbury, one at Playford, in front of both of their home fans who are very vocal, as you've heard today, and in the past for Playford. I think that would be an entertaining clash to see which team would like to play an NPL next year. Shinto now, that chest has come away from him and found its way to Jack Schoen, who's trying to body him out of the way, throwing a hand back there into the face of the youngster, but
I think tensions are starting to run a little bit high between these two teams, LSU, at the scoreline now.
Seems like both teams trying to get on the deck at the moment, using their body well. Matt Taylor, he's taken out late that time from Jep. And they're going to take all the time in the world to take this slowly now is Salisbury. Vanderhout now delivers this again, finding only the head of Cumberland, and now it's Abdullahi trying to get some touches on the ball. He's been a star man for Cumberland this season, the youngster, and hasn't got it coming to his feet so far today. He is again, that's a better pass from him now. Good finding back there from Wanakula Saria. Zakaria, he's still going. Abdullahi puts it across the face. Good touch though from Bannister. Some better moves now from Cumberland, Daniel.
Yeah, that's promising play. Getting the ball out wide, getting it in, but unfortunately not getting on to the end of it.
It's better again from Abdullahi as well. He's getting in those areas as a right 10 would. It's a 4-2-3-1 formation for Cumberland United. So they've got 2 6s there in Redmond and Carr, and front 4 ahead of them are probably more of a free roll more than anything. Visconti now, he's out on the right here, looking to cut it on his left and whip one in. Looking for that now is Visconti. He's got the space and the ball almost coming to the feet of Abdullahi, but it's cleared again, that time from Vela. Now Dunton out wide to Wanakula Saria. Another good ball inside to Abdullahi. And he's found the space in behind, but it's just skipped up off the turf. But he's applauding the work of Wanakula Saria there. As it's another time he's almost found him in behind as that right 10, Daniel. That's the position you want to find your attackers as a defender with a pass.
Yeah, I agree. It's a hard one to defend. If he can just find him, then I think Cumbie are in with a shot of getting one back.
Winning seconds now, Cumberland. Visconti trying to use his pace in behind, looking to chip the keeper himself, Visconti, but the wind's held that one up, and it's thankfully over the net there for Luongo as he takes his time to claim this one now. Got an equaliser there at Martin Sports Complex. It's 1-1 between Blue Eagles and West Adelaide now. Still 1-0 for Modbury Jets of Adelaide United youth team, and I think one of those goal scorers, another one for West Adelaide, was Katsianis, who's come back into the side for West Adelaide. Hat-trick last week, and he's back amongst the goals this week. So after a great start to the season for him, he's continuing that form near the end, and it's going to prove dividends for West Adelaide now. It's Harrington on the far right, looking for a cross, defended out, and looked like Majorana was trying to claim that as his own, but it's going to be a Salisbury ball now. Long ball opportunity this time for Salisbury as Bannister launches it into the box. Flicked on, almost found the feet of Shinto. Matt Taylor gets the bounce and cleared finally that time from Showen. That clearance. Carr is looking for Abdullahi, using his body well against Luongo, and they're going to keep this now, Cumberland. Showen can only go long. Couple of Salisbury bodies in there, and they're going to clear it as far as Visconti. Carr with a big swing, no ding. He's going to have a second opportunity though with the left foot. That's a bit better from him as it looks for Jep. Here he is finally facing up his defender and Bannister. Getting past him, and he is fouled as well. Edge of the box. That's a lot better from Harley Jep. That's obviously, they've switched the wings there as well with Zakar Abdullahi on this side now.
Yep, looks like a bit of a tactical change. That was good there from Jep, getting the ball wide, attacking his fullback and winning the free kick. So let's see, hopefully Cumberland can put it into the attacking area and one of the tall timbers in the box can get on the end of it. Looking at Nathan there, number 9.
Looks like it's a good area. Maybe even Jep might have a strike himself here. As we did say, Luongo only 4 clean sheets of the season, and they're going to try and make it less. Jep puts it into that area. Showen's there, cleared off the line, and again, Salisbury do manage to clear it. That was an excellent defensive interception. I think it's Makioro there who's getting the claims from his keeper. Ball into the box, good ball. Showen's met it, the captain of Cumberland, and rebound almost came out to Munro, but they could finally clear it, Salisbury. They really want to get into this half, the last 10-15 of this half, with a clean sheet on them. Redmond now using his body, crowded out by Luongo. He gets a touch to Matt Taylor. Nothing really forward for him, so he puts it into the corner and gets his team to come up. Shinto is now pressing Dunton there. He can only go long, and that's far wide and out. It's a bit pointless there from Cumberland. They had not a lot of players up forward. They just retained it after Salisbury had not a lot to go forward for there. So I think he possibly rushed that one, Daniel. Yeah,
that was very rushed. It's at times like this they need to be more attacking and more direct.
Playing with danger at the back here, Cumberland, and again that one's just cleared over the sideline. Like the goal from West Adelaide came from Omar Dodero. It's Harrington now with a strike. That was a better connection, but the ball rose a bit too high as he made contact with that. But it was a goal from Omar Dodero there for Blue Eagles to draw it level at 1-1 there. Coming into the 40th minute here now. This clash at the moment. Goals in the 1st, the 3rd and the 22nd minute from Matthew Taylor, the captain. 20 for the season for him now. Most in all 3 leagues in all competitions as well, that is. Showen now to Wanakula Saria. Only 2 times in the previous. Just keep going. I was going to say 2 times in the previous. Oh, what a tackle that is from Bannister. All ball and left his opponent in the mud. I was going to say 2 times in the last 6 years between these two where it's finished goalless from one team. In the past, 3-1 to Salisbury, as we said, in that most recent fixture. 2-1 to Salisbury in 2018. The rest of them have been 2-0, 1-0, 3-0. 2-0 and 2-0. So seems like whoever's got the lead in there at the start, not going to concede too many in the remainder of the game.
Yeah, and that's how this game appears. Doesn't Alessio? I think as things stand, just doesn't look like Cumbria are going to get one back.
Abdullahi now launching again to Taylor, who's getting contested by a couple there. He's trying to claim the foul, but Unless the referee sees something different, I don't think he's going to get on the end of that. Abdullahi again looks long for Shinto. He's faced up by Dunton and he clears to Carr. Only into the path though of Taylor, and he gets it back from Abdullahi. Big clearance though from Showen. I think it's out for a corner potentially, as they go looking for another ball though. Another set piece opportunity. Last couple minutes of this half. A fourth, I think, would finish it off there for Salisbury if they could get a fourth in this first half. But do know the wind's going to be going in Cumberland's favour in the second, so they're hoping that they can keep it at 3 and go into the second half. Vanderhout now, back post, looking for Vela. Did connect well there and into the grass though of Matosevic, former teammate of his at Croatia Raiders, as I mentioned before. Now Visconti struggling for options up front. He's just got Abdullahi and he looks like he might face it up against his brother. There are two Abdullahis out there now on the far right. It's a good ball though from Visconti. I mean, he only had the one option up front there and he put it into the area that was probably closest to him, and he won the throw-in for Cumberland further up the field. So if they can find him, he looks like he's opening the defence at the moment for Cumberland against Salisbury. Munro now to flick on. He does flick on to Visconti. Does well. Finds Jep. Jep with an opportunity. Munro now, it's come out to him, but his touch has just evaded him. And now Marwan Abdullah, he can clear long. Finding the feet of Taylor. Again, not much options forward. He looks to touch it into pace as well, but he's got two to deal with there. And after a half he's had, I think that's a bit too much to ask. That ball from Matosevic is in the right area, but I think the wind's carried it a bit too high, and out for the throw-in now. Bannister takes his time with this. Into the air again. Matthew Taylor, good flick on, but Turf's just taking it a bit more, and he's complaining to the referee that he's getting a bit of an elbow, maybe in the back of the head or the push in the back, something like that. But I'm sure he doesn't have too much more to worry about there. Any of them's going to try and stop the marksman at the moment. Showen now with space to attack into. Looking for the feet of Wanakula Saria, but Abdullahi's read his pass. Now Vanderhout's got a few to deal with. He's still going. Tripped up. Referee says no. Luongo, though, does expertly well to get it past 3, win the foul, and take it on to Shinto. Shinto now doing well with a lot of pressure. Excellent ball in behind Abdullahi. He might whip this first time if he can get on the end. He does. Back post. No one's there, though. And Cumberland are going to let this run into touch. Here's Munro now with Shinto behind him. Can't be much longer left in this half as well. Just into added time now. Might even blow it here if he takes too long with this throw in. He's tying his shoelaces. I think he has. Yep. So that is half time. 3-0 to the away side, and the away support as well is very vocal on this near side. 3 of the best from Matthew Taylor has led us into this break. We'll be with you shortly in the second half, and hopefully some more action to bring you. Thank you, and we'll see you soon.
It's never too late to improve your strength, balance, well-being and independence. Our Strength for Life program encourages all older South Australians to start moving and enjoy an active lifestyle, make friends, build strength and inevitably age well. Strength for Life sessions are offered in almost 100 locations across South Australia, with new sites opening all the time. Check out the COTA SA website to find your nearest location.
Strength for Life is an individualised program which is delivered in a group setting. We aim to keep older South Australians connected with their community, preventing social isolation and also keeping their bodies strong, flexible, managing falls and keeping them engaged. We're super excited to be partnering with Football SA at this state-of-the-art location. It's a beautiful venue. It will really benefit the local community through the Northfield and Jeps Cross surrounding areas to be able to access Strength for Life. And together we are working to improve everyone's futures.
Welcome all to the Summit Sports and Recreation Centre for round 2 all to Campbelltown. They lost 2-0 at home to Modbury last weekend, so that put a little stutter in their course for the last couple games of this season. But a big game like this away from home.
And they'll go up to 6. They'll leapfrog Beargrad and Croydon, who have both got 25 points.
We're underway here. That's Jovanovic and Ayubi leading the line for Adelaide United. Of course, we've got a couple of other ins this week. Johnny Yule tackling with the eye now. And it'll be Stanisic to come away with it. Another poor giveaway that time to Gutierrez. What a great save from Ethan Cox there.
Fantastic save, but what a strike from Gutierrez as well. The ball just broke him. Just
time in that wing, and they're still battling it out. And still stays in as well. Crawford might get a second opportunity. He's gone past him. Finds Jovanovic into the box. Left-footed strike. Luka Jovanovic. 7 goals for the season now. And that's why he's the leading marksman for our Adelaide United.
That was a great strike to the far post, wasn't it? Curled in with a great angle of it, didn't we? Curled it into this to that far post and beyond the reach of Oxenham, and that is a hell of a reach that he's got too. So to beat him there, fantastic shot.
They always go short from corners, so now it's Yule, edge of the box. We've seen him crack it from here.
Oh.
It looks like it might have got a deflection out for another corner, but he was looking for another screamer there, Johnny Yule. Here's Crawford with an excellent ball to Garuccio. He's found his way in behind. The rock's almost there. Just past the post from Garuccio, though.
Little stab with the left foot. It was a toe poke, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I thought that got away from him there, and obviously he's just had a little bit of extra speed to get on the end of it. And both teams have been playing to the conditions quite well. Now it's Leai, edge of the box. His first strike and goal. Left-footed strike that Cox has claimed, who's near. Goes far post for Dorban now. Great save, though, from Cox. He stayed on side as well. I'm sure the Adelaide United backline were wondering how he got away from them all. And top scorer at this venue for visiting teams. In the NPL at least. But he's obviously scored here on two occasions. And these days, Garuccio's now crowded out by Adelaide City numbers. But he's done enough pressure to win it again. It's Luka Jovanovic going one way, then the other. Enough time to shoot. He hasn't. And the referee's pointed to the penalty spot.
I don't think that. I'm surprised at that. Look, all respect to the ref. He's made the decision. He's not going to change his mind, but...
almost a save there from Dakota Oceanan, but it's found its way into the top left corner. It's 2-0, and that's 2 for Luka.
Yeah, Oxenham a bit upset with himself. He did get a hand to it. Good goalkeeping, and he's a big guy. He'd be hard to beat from anywhere, I think, but Oxenham a bit unlucky. Got a hand to it. Not quite enough to push it out to the side. And
for Adelaide United now. He's got Garucho coming with the overlap. He's going to float it into the near post, far post. It goes to Yaya Dakuli with a tap in on his left foot. And as we just mentioned, Luka Jovanovic loves this venue. No one loves him more than Yaya Dakuli. 3 goals in 3 years, David.
Wow. Oh, what a celebration. Look, I think that might just be it for Adelaide City. I think they've really struggled to try and be clinical up front, and now they find themselves 3-0 down. And
Booker now sets to deliver in a dangerous spot. What a save from Ethan Cox. As well on the broadcast as well, they did mention. Oh, sorry, there's Luka Jovanovic has nipped that one in. Looking to find somebody, or he's going to go for a hat-trick. He might. Luka Jovanovic! There it is, 3 for the man, 3 for the number 9, and that's back-to-back hat-tricks for Luka Jovanovic.
Fine finish, and Adelaide City backed off again. I mean, this is what they were doing, this is what I was talking about before. They sort of backed off and they let him come through, and I thought he was going to play it across the face of goal, and maybe City did as well, but in the end he's had a shot that's beaten Oxenham from a fairly tight angle, but yeah, they just backed off and gave him the freedom of...
Barker, it's not too rural compared to a couple of other games that play in rural venues, but it's only about 25-30 minutes from the city, and anything east side as well. So another big game here at Mount Barker. Adelaide United that finished 4-0 win over Adelaide City, with the highlight being, I'm sure you can't take the man of the match away now from Luka Jovanovic.
The Matildas are on fire, but the Socceroos have the breakthrough.
Welcome to Kilburn Sportsplex. For Football SA's broadcast, they're led out by tonight's referee, Mark Padros, and the assistant referees are Noah Dempsey and Mark Dempsey. Both teams are in their... just waiting on the whistle, and there it is. And we are away. Early touches for the back line. And maybe get an early shot away, a chance for City. West Adelaide trying to clear. It's come out to Atkins. Just wide. Good start for City. Is this a chance for Burns to get onto the ball? Abby Burns. It comes into the shot. She can take a shot. Burns, excellent save. It comes to Blackett. It's a goal. It's a goal for Nicole Blackett. And who better to score the opening goal in the WNPL at Kilburn? In the minds of all of West players. But they're under pressure now from Dorber. Dorber might equalise. She's done really, really well. That's a tremendous goal by Chelsea Dorber. Pete is ahead of her. Gray wants to get it into Guajardo. It's a good ball. Pete! It's just wide. Macaulay wants to get it up onto the attacking left. And that's where Guajardo is, who's swapped with Seaton. Guajardo! Coming out to Burnett. And Gray tries the shot. No problem there for Leon. Johns is overlapping. Macri decides to go forward and get it to Burnett. Burnett! Good save, Lucas. Good move by West, though. But Noto, her ball's only found Guajardo here. Guajardo will go the shot. Noto, oh, she had to dive in the end. Now Pete and McFarlane are there. Takes on Burnett. It's a good ball through. Dorber goes the shot. Saved by Noto. Here's Hodgson for West. Gets a good cross in. And it might come out to Mitchell. But it's blasted wide. It's back with Hodgson. Mitchell gets it in board. That's a nice ball. Blackett. Nicole Blackett. Oh, yes! It's a classic Blackett goal, and she gets her second, and West are back in front. Macri's onside here. And Mullen is bursting in the middle. It's the first time ball. Mullen! Great move, West. Abby back in board. But, oh, it's come through to Pete. The flag stays down. Noah Pete! Straight to Noto. Johns. That ball, Blackett is there. Nicole Blackett, is this the hat-trick? Blackett! Saved! Costanzo puts it back in board, away by Gilchrist, but now it's with DeCola, who's onside. DeCola, that's a really good cross. Macri puts away by Lucas, but still the ball's still pinballing in the area. And now it's a shot from Mullen! Mallory Mullen makes it 3-1. DeCola tries to get it inboard. Burnett, that's a good touch. Mullen! Saved. It's going to be another West corner. And City on the march again. There's the ball for Hodgson. Hodgson is onside. Emily Hodgson, will she go the shot? She squares it. It must be a goal, and it is. And that's another really good ball from Johns to Blackett. Blackett, Macri sprinting in, so's Mullen. Still Blackett. Gets the cross, and no, she goes for goal and gets a hat-trick. Nicole Blackett makes it 5-1. Guajardo looking for a late consolation. Guajardo goes the shot. It's a great shot. It's a great goal by Valeria Guajardo. Remaining. McCauley with the clearance. And that is the final whistle. A fantastic win for West Adelaide here at Kilburn. A great way to mark this historic occasion for the home side.
As here come our two sides. The bar has been set. It's a great run from Kyra Cooney-Cross.
Turn under pressure.
Here come the Socceroos again. Goodwin on the right foot, and the Socceroos have the breakthrough. What a goal! The Matildas are running amok. Opens up for the shot.
Sinclair at the double. There's the back foot. Australia head over heels about this superstar.
Underway here for the second half at AA Bailey Reserve. Still 3-0 to the away side, Salisbury United. Big mountain to climb now for the home team in Cumberland. Here's Jep trying to get underway early. And they're going to get underway early with an early corner here as Cumberland, as that is taken over the sideline by Marwan Abdullahi. And it's Visconti now on corner duties on the far side. The left footer takes aim and looks to put it into a dangerous area. He does near the keeper. Jep's there off the crossbar though. And that was the early chance they wanted, Cumberland. Could have got him right back into this game in almost similar fashion as Salisbury started it. A little bit more rain comes down now. The second half, it looks like both teams are unchanged as well. Can't see any subs from either side. But we will see them in the second half. Both managers, in Terry Westwood and Matthew Gaston, always use their subs. That's a better ball into Munro. He looks to spin and shoot. Left-footed strike just past the post. And it's a lot better from Cumberland coming into this second half at the moment. They're getting chances, getting into the attacking half most notably. And they're getting closer now. One crossbar hit. A couple of shots in anger on target, but had a header into the grasp as well later on. So they're getting close, Cumberland. Now it's Matt Taylor. He's battling out with Dunton, and finally he wins the free kick. He's holding his hand as well. He might have been stepped on late after he fell down there, but showing the referee a couple of stud marks maybe on his hand there, but now Vanderhout on set piece duties as usual for Salisbury United. Looking far post now. He looks for the feet of Bebbington. Looked for Harrington, and now Vanderhout gets back on the ball. Bannister Good interception from Redmond. He attacks the space now. Good ball to Visconti. He's looking to whip one round. He does whip it round to Nathan Munro. The keepers come. And it's a good clearance. Found a great feat there of Bebbington as well. And now Visconti is taking control of this midfield for Cumberland. Good spin there from Jep on Abdullahi. Jep now into the box for Munro. He's slipping, but this time Vela clears it. And this is very good from Cumberland at the moment. Come out the blocks, firing. That team talk from Terry Westwood must have kicked him into gear. And now they're looking to repay their manager with a blow to this Salisbury attack. Salisbury lead as well. Taking another cone out the way that time, Visconti, to get more purchase on his delivery. He does. Looks near post. That spin is very dangerous. This wind is going all directions now. And at the moment, Cumberland are harnessing it. Visconti now, another dangerous delivery, looking for the head again. And there's a penalty in the box there. Must have been a push there on Jack Showen, it looks like, the captain of Cumberland. Inadvertent from that delivery. I couldn't see who it was. We might see who gets punished on the end of this, but must have been a push in the back there on Showen. And now it's a penalty and an avenue back into this game now for Cumberland. Looks like it's going to be Harley Jep who takes this. Bit of push and shove there on the penalty spot. Can't really scuff it up when it's on the artificial. And it is going to be a penalty here now. Early on in the second half, they've started the better side of the two here, Daniel, and now they've got the penalty. Harley Jep looking for his 13th of the season. And overtake Munro in the top scorer charts as well. Here's Harley Jep. Down the middle, 3-1. They're back in this now, Cumberland. Harley Jep with a penalty early in the second half. And Daniel, this is a lot better from Cumberland, and they're going to start this second half the way that Salisbury started the first.
Yeah, that was an extremely explosive start from Cumbie there, straight out of the blocks. I'm not too sure what Terry Westwood said there at half-time to the boys, but whatever he did, it worked. So if they can continue this way, we've got a great game on our hands.
Now the wind and rain are getting a bit heavier now, and another ball in behind. I think Bebbington's on side if he can claim on the end of this. He does, but his touches led him astray, and they're going to take their time to take this now. As we did go into that break as well, a couple of the other games went into half-time, and a couple of leads as well from a couple of games as well. 3-1 it is for Blue Eagles against West Adelaide now after that early goal for West Adelaide. And it's 1-0 still over Modbury Jets at half-time. In the other game, in State League 2, it's 2-1 to Adelaide Uni over Eastern United. It's the only one we can bring you, as the other game's not live streamed, but this game's got a lot more in it now. Bannister clears down the line. Matosevic now looking for an option. Using the wind to his advantage that time. Abdullahi can only use his knee to clear. Jack Showen, he's come out this half firing as well, the captain of Cumberland. A couple of key interceptions and that penalty win as well. A couple of headers as well himself in the first half as well. Now it's Luongo's opportunity to go long. Almost finding Munro's feet. Good flick on from Bebbington. Ball clearance from Abdullahi, wins it second time, and finally they get this clear. Now it's Shinto on the far side. Vanderhout. Good control there. He's under the pressure of Visconti now. He does use his body well. Visconti, is there going to be a foul? It is. Dangerous area. think Vanderhout might get the booking here as well. On the attack there, Visconti, he started the second half fantastically as well, Daniel, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has. He started very good. I think, you know what they say, Alessio, about the wind, it's almost like a 12th man. So I think that's what we're witnessing here.
They also say class is permanent as well, and that's paying dividends as well now for Rocky Visconti. He might not have the legs like he used to, but his game intelligence and some of the balls he's played at the moment are just mesmerising for that Salisbury defence. Some from set pieces, some from open play as well, and he's really been the architect of their comeback at the moment, Cumberland. Here he is now over this set piece, see what he can do. Another good area looking for Munro. He gets pushed out of the way that time from... Now it's Abdullahi, a couple of handball shouts, no one's getting to it. Vanderhout's complaining, and now Schoen's got a bit of pressure from Bannister. Majorana looking down the line for Carr, but came off the end of the boot, unfortunately. Taking as long as they can, Salisbury at the moment, to get this restarted with slow goal kicks, and Cumberland want them to hurry up with this. Did say the wind was going from right to left of screen as well in that first half, and Cumberland have taken advantage of that so far. Another goal would put this game into a big balance at the moment. Munro battling out there. Shinto now has got a rare break here for Salisbury in the second half. Harrington tries to go around Dunton. Shinto as well, still battling out with Redmond, and they're going to win the throw-in as well. Referee's seen that as well. Another long ball this time, looking for Munro. He gets his head ahead of it, using his body as well. It's a good ball in behind from Munro to Jep. Just intercepted from Marwan Abdullahi. The attack finally coming to life here for Cumberland now, Daniel.
Yep, it's all going for Cumberland. It's been all Cumberland this half. I think they're looking very strong.
They are, and all of them getting on the ball as well. Munro now with a few touches. Visconti, Jep. Abdullahi, Zakaria, he's getting on a few as well. Now it's Visconti from the corner, looking for a whip delivery. This time goes back post. Jep's here now on the opposite side, just over the bar though, and difficult one to deal with as it came from one way to the other. But they're winning every header at the moment, Cumberland, and that's what they tried to do in the first half. We said they were playing a long ball game, but finally this time they're connecting with it.
Yeah, everything they tried to do in the first half seems to be coming off in the second half, so kudos to them for sticking it through and now reaping the rewards in the second half.
It's obviously the game plan of Terry Westwood. He's not got any of his substitutes warming up, but Matthew Gatson has a couple of his own. Good flick on there from Taylor. Warnakula Seria back to Matosevic. He can only clear as that ball's bouncing towards him. Good battle in there from Visconti and Vanderhout. And that ball from Luongo found nobody. All the attackers made different runs in that opportunity. Matosevic now. Another excellent delivery out to Dunton on this left side. He's got Harrington and Abdullahi still going. Ellis Dunton here now. Through the legs of Harrington, but crowded out by Salisbury defence at the moment. Now it's Taylor again, looking to go long. He's gone down under the touch of one of the defenders, as has Abdullahi. It's getting very physical on this near side now. Abdullahi and Harrington off the ball there. Back post, looking for Jep. That was the chance there for Cumberland. I don't know if they're going to pull this back, but there was definitely some afters there from both teams.
Yeah, it's getting very fiery, Alessio. High stakes here.
Taylor's still down here now, but got a bit heated on this near side with Harrington and Abdullahi Zakaria, the kind. Now Cumberland with Jep. His ball into the box and just over the head of Munro, but they're still on this attack, Cumberland. And they're pinning back Salisbury, the whole team of Salisbury in there, almost in their box, all of them. Bebbington, that clearance is soft. Redmond still going. Still going. Oh, he could have gone down there, Redmond. Dunton now back post for Munro. The delivery's won it all day, but it's just gone over the top of his head, and now Salisbury clear. And I wonder if this is going to be pulled back. There was an assistant referee on the half line here, but He's obviously not talked to the referee in the middle of the park, and there's nothing doing at the moment, but it was in front of all the Salisbury fans as well, so they're really claiming there was something involved there.
They're getting just as animated as the players down here, let's see, on the pitch side.
Been all the action on this left side at the moment. With time, again, when Zakaria Abdullahi gets the ball next, but it's Visconti who does that time. Couple of complaints from both sides now. A couple of these throw-ins have gone to the ways they didn't expect. Good long throw in that time. Matt Taylor with a flick. Bebbington gets his head onto it. Taylor again with a strong flick and almost into the path of Shinto. Just haven't been able to put their foot on the ball this half at the moment. And here it is, one of the first changes going to the bench. We'll wait to see who Terry Westwood takes off. It is going to be Zakaria Abdullahi after he had a bit of a clash. Now he's going to come off in front of that bench that was giving him a lot of stick after that challenge. And it is going to be another winger, one of the wingers who started last week as well, Sebastian Tuhi. Started last week in the right wing, 19 games this season, 3 goals from him. Pushing the back that time from Harrington. It's unfortunate to see that from Zakaria Abdullahi. Expected a lot of him today. It was such a big game. Maybe the way they started Cumberland, it's tough for any attacker, let alone a winger, to come into it. Another soft foul on the far side, and the bench here is not happy with that one. And it's going to be another sub. This time it's going to be for Salisbury, maybe a opposing decision for that sub who just came on to here. It's going to be 2 substitutions for them. It's going to be Mitch Cole, number 14, and Josh Kay, number 20, to come on. I'm waiting to see who it is to come off. I think it's Bebbington in the middle of the park. He's taking his shin pads off, and I think it might be Luongo as well. I think it is. So obviously Bebbington started things off with an excellent assist to Matt Taylor in the first half. I'm not sure who got the other 2, but he did start things off. He's been a long-term servant of Salisbury as well, so he's going to be happy to come off in the position they are at the moment. Mitch Cool to come on now. Celebrated his 50th game for Salisbury United recently. And Josh Kay as well, who is one of their biggest contributors last season in State League 2. This year he's got 3 goals. Mitch Cool's got 2 goals and 24 games and 19 games for each of them this season. It's an interesting one as well. Josh Kay's got 2 red cards this season. Not something you often see from a winger and attacker. I think that's probably mainly due to his playing time differences from the State League 2 to the State League 1 this season. He's found it hard to get into this team. The last 10 games now he's come off the bench after starting the previous 9, so see what he can do into this game and maybe try and finish things off for Salisbury. Abdullahi now, the only one left on the park with that last name. Abdullahi now comes out of defence with the ball looking long for Josh Kay. He's battling out with Ellis Dunton, and there's nothing doing with there. Just a bit of physical defending there from Dunton. Another excellent long ball, though. This time was looking for Wanakula Saria, but fullback and fullback has led that to go all the way out for a goal kick. So we've seen a few substitutions now from both sides. Pressure is still for Cumberland at the moment. They seem to be the ones getting most of the attacks forward, Daniel.
Yeah. I think in this second half it's been all Cumberland. They've finally found a way to break through Salisbury's midfield block and get it into their strikers and getting shots away.
Bit of head tennis now. It comes away with Munro now. He gets his foot onto it. It's a good ball in behind again, but that's good reading from Luke Luongo in goals for Salisbury United. Might have been a bit of a head injury there. That is from Mitch Cool. Finally winning one of those. As he points to his head there as he put it head in danger and won that free kick. Could be another set piece from Vanderhout. Coming into a new team as well, getting straight onto set piece deliveries. They must obviously trust him a lot, and that's why Matthew Gasson's brought him across, seen the talent, and he's on the end of this one now, looking near post, but that delivery is not as good as his other ones so far. But a youngster like him finally getting the play time he deserves, and he's really providing a lot of attacking intent from Salisbury, playing in that 6 role as well, in the bottom of the base of the diamond as well. So he's going to get a lot of the ball, and obviously has a lot of trust from the manager to get that as well. Looking to defeat Munro, almost finding the ball, and they're going to try and clear this now. Salisbury has a bit of slips in there as well. Redmond now getting away from one and the other. He might have fouled him himself. I thought he might have got a trip on his ankle prior to that, but that's Harrington again. Down the line again this time to Majorana. Looked like he got fouled. He's going to get that paid right at the end there, to the dismay of the Salisbury supporters in front of us.
Seemed a bit soft for a yellow card there.
Was it for Josh Kay, I think, maybe? Or was it?
I think it was for Harrington.
Harrington, sorry, yeah. So, yeah, it could have been. I mean, there's been an accumulation of a few in the midfield now, and they're bound to be booked sooner rather than later, but it's going to be another set piece. If this is Visconti, he's going to dip that in right at the back post and in the danger area where keepers don't like it. Or if it's Carr, he might whip it onto some heads. It is going to be Carr. Looking for the head, looking like it was almost going to go in itself if it didn't get a touch. Now Abdullahi goes forward to Matty Taylor. He hasn't got too many touches this half, and he's looks like he's a bit tired. Maybe carrying anything as well from a couple of those challenges on him. He obviously got studs to the top of the foot near the end there as well of this first half.
Could be a bit tired from celebrating 3 goals, Alessio.
Yeah, that is true as well. He made a lot of runs forward in that first half, so justified. Showen now looking into the feet, finds nobody. And now there looks like there's going to be a couple more substitutions on that far side. There's 2 warming up right in front of Terry Westwood, getting their final instructions as well. I think there might be some youngsters, and potentially I reckon there might be some wingers. It's Abdullahi again. He's maybe gone too much there that time. Munro's picked his pocket. And Jep still going with a left-footed strike. Jep bouncing in front of keeper. Always dangerous, but held well by Luke Luongo. Obviously him as well. He was promoted with Modbury Jets back in 2022 as their starting keeper. So he's had some final success himself. Obviously they won that league as well, so they knew they were promoted before the final series. Majorana now looking for the feet for Tui. Finding Redmond. He's going to switch this out wide. In between 2 of them though, and I think Jep's misread that and he's taking it out. I think he tried too hard to make that look fancy, Redmond, and ultimately he's paid the price, and I think that's going to be his last action as well. going to be Josh Swan to come on for Redmond. Looks like Majorana to come off as well, which I think is surprising. He's had a good day so far. The other sub is Joshua Cool as well. Number 28 and number 8. Josh Swan, Josh Cool. Now Matt Taylor again looking for a pass in behind. Hasn't stuck for him this second half so far. He gets the second opportunity at it. But he's getting crowded out. I think that's what you get when you're such an attacking threat like him. Cool now. Turns it over to Visconti. He might have a strike here. He looks for the feet of the substitute coming on, Josh Swan. Visconti again running the show. Can't keep his feet off the ball at the moment. Looking for that ball though for Cool, and it's a big challenge and goes out for a goal kick. Tough 50-50 to come straight into for Josh Cool. Obviously not related to Mitch. Or might be even Adrian Duffy, sorry. Might be wearing a different number this week. It's not Josh Cool, sorry. That makes more sense when he comes into the left back now. He started in the left back last week, Adrian Duffy. Now it's Josh Kay. He might have broken the offside trap. He has. Matosevic, though, reads the situation well. And now Duffy can come away with it. Into the feet of Tui. Bannister takes the time now. Bannister with another long throw. Taylor trying to get on the end. Kay goes up, wins that. Can't find anybody, though.
Ooh, not a good turnover.
Big turnover, but a big tackle there from Jack Showen. Now another long ball looking for Marwan Abdullahi. A lot of attack from him this half. A lot of running as well. Hard running on that left side. Good ball in behind. Vanderhout now outside the box. Jacob Vanderhout with a good strike. And might have got a touch there either from deflection or save from Matosevic. But that's the areas he's been scoring goals in, Daniel. I mean, 3 goals in his 6 games for Salisbury that he's come in for so far. And you can see why.
Yeah, the second half's appeared to even out a bit, Alessio. I think Salisbury have brought it back after the first 10 minutes, and it's a bit more of an even challenge now.
Mitch Cool now to the far post. Harrington's there, so is Malchioro, but his head is only into the grass, and Matosevic, who wants to get this away early. Good ball if it stays in, but it might have a bit too much on it, especially with the wind going in that side of the pitch as well. See if we can update you on those scores around the grounds as well, as this looks like it's not getting anywhere dangerous. Yet still 1-0 to Modbury Jets. They've started their second half with Adelaide United youth team. Adelaide City and Comet starts at 5 p.m, of course. See 3-1 here. And 3-1 Blue Eagles versus West Adelaide. And it's the former West Adelaide man, Ricardo Da Silva, with 3 assists for Blue Eagles. So seems to be running the show as he has all season so far. Taylor tries to feed it in behind for Kay. I think he's got the pace there against Jack Shaw, and he's battling out with him. If he takes him down here, it could be dangerous. Ooh. He's going to win the corner as well there, Kay, as he falls into the sidelines as well, into that concrete plinth as well. So hopefully there's nothing doing there, but great pace from him, and I think he always knew that he was going to get ahead of him, of Jack Shaw in there, but using his body well as well. He wins the corner. Get them up the field now, Salisbury United, and might have a couple last few subs as well to come on if they do. Mitch Cool on set pieces as well. They've been changing him up today as well for a few of the corners and free kicks as well. He's just come on, so he's straight onto them as well. Good delivery into a dangerous area. It's going to come out to Kay, but Showen has found his feet of Tui. And the defensive interception has been a bit difficult for Cumberland at the moment, but they're going to come away with this if Tui can get big clearance though from Vela onto the far pitch behind us. Just about come out of the trees as well. It's going to be thrown for Duffy now on this near side. Looks at the feet of Visconti. Touch has evaded him though. Now Matosevic with a tough one to deal with for the right fullback there, Anikula Saria. Warnakula Saria, sorry, Anik. Tough one to deal with. They're trying to get this underway early though, Cumberland. They're trying to play quickly. They're going to be happy with as many stoppages as they can at the moment, Salisbury, don't you think, Daniel?
Yeah, I think so. I think they're just going to try and run down the clock and see this one out.
Got about 15 or so minutes before added time, if there is any. It's obviously gone 2-0 now. Modbury Jets versus Adelaide United youth team as well. A penalty this time. Harrington comes off that one a bit sore. It's got probably about 15-20 minutes now, Cumberland, to get at least a goal and maybe make this interesting. Otherwise, it's been a first half that has gone as things have. Now Matt Taylor tries to take it past, and he's pulled off with a little bit of a calf injury there, it looks like. Maybe even a knee-to-knee. Great tackle, though, from Vanderhout. He's looking for Kay. Puts it in behind. Josh Kay now is in behind. They need Matt Taylor in the box if he can get up. Kay now goes across for Harrington. Sorry, that was Shinto there. He's still down here, Matt Taylor, as Abdullahi's not giving up on this attack. But he's going to give up on the ball now. And Taylor's going to receive some attention. Obviously, they've got a couple of strikers on the bench there that can make a difference. Obviously, Tom Strain did last week. Bit of away support here, as you can hear in front of the camera as well, from Salisbury United. Getting some ice spray on that right knee. I reckon it was a knee-to-knee collision for Matt Taylor. And as things stand, they'll be playing Bacalla in a two-leg series of semi-finals next week and the week after. And Bacalla can choose if they want a home fixture first or an away fixture first. So, it'll be interesting to see what they do. And the other game will be Playford versus Adelaide Blue Eagles, where Playford gets a pick. Of course, it's going to be interesting as well for Playford. I mean, both Playford and Adelaide Blue Eagles got grass pitches, so it's going to be an interesting one to see what you do if you want to play it out at your home ground first, or Bacalla versus Salisbury as well. I mean, Salisbury away is immensely tough place to go for any team. Grass pitch as well. Great home support as well from their fans that they get down there as well. But Bacalla are not slouches themselves. They get quite a lot, as we did see in their title party last week at Jack Smith Park. So it'd be interesting to see which way they take, if they want their home fixture first or second, and which way they play those two grounds differently. Now it's Munro tries to read that bounce, but Mark Euro clears to the touch, and it looks like it's Alex Metanomsky on the far side, as we did say was in attendance of this game. He tried to get a touch on that, but nothing doing, unfortunately, as Jep finds himself offside.
Salisbury faithful.
Couple of chances. Had a few of them last week at their home ground after that last gasp win. And now they're in full voice here, trying to push their team on in the last 15 minutes of this game and try and hold on for a famous win in the State League 1 final series, week 1, elimination, away from home. Now Duffy gets pushed out the way from Bannister, and he's got two to deal with. He clears over the sidelines as well. Be a famous win for Salisbury United as well. One ball into the box. Vela this time. Carr looks for a touch. It's got deflected twice. Munro's there. Sticks the foot at it. Looks like it might be offside on the far side. The assistant referee's got his flag up quite early in that move. As we said as well, Cumberland have been a team that have been in so many finals in the last couple of years. 2023, they were 5th. Won their first game against Cobras, then lost its two-legged semi to Para Hills. 2019, they were 4th. Beat Bacalla in extra time. beat Strikers 2-1, beat your Sturt in the elimination final, and then they beat Modbury in the grand final 3-1 as well. As of course they got promoted that year, 2019. 2018 they finished 6th, beat Noarlunga 4-3, then they lost to Modbury, who got promoted that year. 2016 they finished 1st, won the league, beat Para Hills on aggregate 3-2, and then they beat Para Hills in the grand final as well, winning the trophy. 2015 they finished 3rd, but there was no finals that season. So they've been a team that have been storied team in the final series. They haven't lost in the first round, the first week of finals in the last 10 years. The years they have made it, they've not lost in the first week. So that's an excellent ball for Tui now. He looks to spin and shoot, deflected out. That's Bannister's got his toe onto that. It's a big interception, as we've seen a few from Salisbury today. Desperate defending. Did say Luke Luongo's only had 4 clean sheets this season, and he's not going to continue that today after that penalty early in this game. But Cumberland are really looking to finish this game with some big chances. They're going to get one here from Visconti's delivery. Good area. Munro's got the flick, but not sure if it's going to be a Cumberland. It is going to be a Cumberland ball, so it's going to be throw-in. It's going to be long if they can manufacture it. They can. Dunton now. Looks for the flick of Munro. Munro climbs, gets the second touch, but he didn't get the first header which he wanted. And it's going to be another throw-in for Dunton. Looks like it's going to be Josh Swan. Maybe he's got better long throw-in in the locker. He does. That's a good delivery. Back post. Jep's there. He's going to try and flick this back post. Puts too much onto it, though. Hits the back netting, and they're going to take as long as they can now as Luke Luongo. Four times in the last 8 years that Cumberland have been in finals. They've won their first game. Looks like it is going to be maybe an assured substitution for Salisbury, bringing on the brother of Matthew Marchioro in Marcus Marchioro, the number 2. My knowledge plays at the back, so if he comes into this side, he's probably going to be sitting in between one of those back 4, or maybe coming on for one of them. There's going to be, it looks like Ibuki Shinto to come off. So he was the second striker in the formation they started with, 4-1-2-1-2. Maybe Marchioro, the Marcus kind. He's going to sit at the base of that diamond while Vanderhout moves to the left of it, Harrington to the right. And Kay up top there with Matthew Taylor, the man of the moment at the moment, the man of this fixture. And he might have charged his team on to a famous victory here at AA Bailey Reserve. Warner-Kulasseria getting told to stay back after that one, and you can see the flags on the far side from some of the home supporters as well. They've got everybody out here. They want it to be a famous final series to Salisbury. Obviously, they won the league prior to making it all the way to the grand final, winning the double last year. But prior to that, they haven't had such a successful final series in the last 10 years at least. They've been always in and around the middle of the pack or near the bottom, but not getting relegated. And the times they do make finals, they lost in the first week on penalties to Noarlunga. Lost to Playford in the playoff, as we did mention. And then there was last year, as it looks like Cool got hit into a couple of chairs on the far side. He might have been just shouldered off after he let go of that ball. And now they're going to take time and take this throw in now. Might be even a free kick if it's on the deck. It is. Now it's Matthew Marchioro looking long for Matthew Taylor. Deflection coming all the way back out to Marchioro, and he beats Munro to the ball and shields it out. Looks like he might be dealing with a bit of cramp as well now as Marchioro. Tries to stretch that out. Taylor with a good flick on to Cool now. If you can switch this out the side of Harrington. Does well to keep the ball instead. And now Vanderhout's under a bit of pressure. Bannister looked for the feet that time, but he's poor past that time. And now Duffy looks long. Big swipe there from Vanderhout. Referee says nothing doing, and Harrington goes in hard as well twice. Good pressure. Doing well, though, is Cumberland. Might have missed, they made a substitution as well, number 30 to come on, Kate Elliott. I'm not sure when that came on, maybe the same time that Salisbury made a couple of their subs. And it looks like it was for Visconti, so I must have missed that one. Kate Elliott comes on. Scored a screamer against Adelaide United in a pre-season friendly not long ago here at AA Bailey Reserve. Something for the home team to show. What a big sliding challenge that was by Jack Schoen. That's what you get with this wet weather.
Yeah, bit of desperation as well from the Cumbie side.
But yeah, as I was saying, Kate Elliott scored a screamer against United's A-League team as well in a pre-season game. Only thing they could shout about that day. Lost 8-1, but a screamer in front of Carl Viet is always something you want as a youngster. So as we go into the last 10 minutes of this game, Daniel, was it what you expected? Was it what you expected from the home team and the away team, or just something a surprise? I mean, you haven't probably seen Salisbury as much this season as you've seen Cumberland, but what'd you think?
Yeah, no, I haven't seen much of the Salisbury side, but they have really impressed, especially the first half of the first half. Very good to watch. Very good style of play. Relentless, 3-0 up and still throwing themselves into tackles. Applying copious amounts of pressure to the Cumbie and resulting in them coughing up the ball a lot of the time. The game seemed to have slowed down a little bit in the second half. I think Salisbury are just trying to see this one out to the finish, I think.
Yeah, I mean, a start like that is always going to be hard to come back from as Matthew Gaston makes one of his final changes. This time it's Marwan Abdullahi to come off, the left fullback. And it looks like it is Tom Strain to come on. The number 9, scored a screamer last week. Hasn't featured a whole lot this season. Only 11 games, but he's got 3 goals. Obviously, a couple of them came in a big win against Ross Trevor Old Scholars in a cup fixture. But a goal last week has led him to come on and get some good minutes now in the final series. But looks like Bannister's gone out to left fullback, and Matt Taylor's reverted back to his old ways of playing centre fullback, or centre in the defence. A couple of handballs there. Strain's looking to battle. Found its way out to Marcus Marchioro. And Kay might keep this in. He does. Still doing well. Here's Josh Kay, but Warnakula Saria gets a touch in. Now into the feet of Tom Strain. It's a similar area to last week, but this time he's shielded out. And now Marcus Marchioro looks to put the pressure on. Looks like he might have come all the way back to right back. Here's Matt Taylor. Not many strikers you see fill in at right fullback, but that was his original position in the past few years and in the start of the season potentially, so something he's used to.
I don't think I've ever seen that, Alessio. A striker score 3 goals and then see the game out at right back. Great to see.
Strain putting some pressure on. The Cars landed very heavily there, and now they've got a couple of numbers here. Harrington looking for Vanderhout. Still going. Harrington might take a strike himself. Still going, Harrington. Now finds Vanderhout. Looks to smash this across. Looking for the feet of somebody. Kay's there if he can get a touch. Takes it around his defender. Josh Kay might swing this back post. Almost finding Strain. Now it's Marcus Marchioro, but nothing doing it now. Cumberland come with a lot of pace on this. Duffy. Good touch there from Vanderhout right in front of his home fans. And as we were saying, a 3-0 lead that early in this game is always tough to come back from. I can remember you, Daniel, were you involved in that 3-0 one against Adelaide Olympic where you guys are 3-0 down, came back for 4-3, but otherwise in a final series game to have that in the first 20 minutes, it's tough to come back from, don't you think? It
is tough to come back from, and you know, when you're 3-0 down, it really does play on your mind, but the key is getting that first one back. When the second one comes, then anything can happen.
It's always tough for a defender as well, conceding 3 very early on without probably getting a touch any of these back line of Cumberland before that happens. So probably did play into their minds, and it's a very tough thing to happen in the final series in front of your home fans. It's tough to get back in the game. They started the second half with a brighter spark, but they just haven't made it pay enough in this second half until I can get a goal now. If they do, ball comes low. Warnakula Saria plays it back out to Jep. Looks for a left-footed ball. This is a dangerous ball. Munro's there. Looks like it's going to come out to Schoen. Still going as Swan. Deflected out. That looked like it was almost going in the bottom corner.
Yep.
Now it's Showen again. Getting on a bit more of the ball than he would have expected. Good touch, though, from Vanderhout as he pushes them back now, Cumberland. Can't be long left now. Good ball in the back. This time Munro might get a touch onto it, but bounces in front of the keeper, and I think that's it. Do check now. We're in the 89th minute. Almost into added time now. I don't think there'll be too much. There wasn't too many injuries besides that Matt Taylor one. Elsewhere, 65th minute in Modbury versus Adelaide United. 2-0 to Modbury. Obviously the grand final rematch in the NPL. From that 7-2 scoreline last year, it looks like it's going to be Modbury who take a vengeance of that and go through to the next round. While in State League 1, Blue Eagles still 3-1 over West Adelaide. Still quite a lot, half an hour or more to go in that game. And we're 3-1 here to Salisbury United. Going into added time. Ball comes in from Jep now. Well, they want to flick Cumberland, but Strain's there. Warner-Culasaria now goes for a long throw. Can't find anyone, but that header does put it into a dangerous area. Carr goes down. I don't think there was much in that. Now Strain using his body. Big challenge from Showen. Now Swan keeps coming. Carr. Kyle Carr still on the ball now, looking for somebody's feet. Kate Elliott's there if he can find him. Puts it in the box instead. Munro's there with a good leap. Couldn't keep it down though. They are getting in the box though, Daniel, and that's what they tried this whole game so far. It worked at the start of this second half, but throughout most periods of the game, they just haven't been able to make meaningful chances.
No, I think Salisbury have caught on to their tactics. They've thrown about 3 or 4 plays on Munro every chance they get. They're crossing, so it's just not working out for them, unfortunately.
Swan now with a couple of good touches, gets away from a few, but a few too many that time, and Cool comes across. Vanderhout with a good touch. A couple of shouts for handball, but they're going to keep this now, Salisbury, as they go long. Into added time here at AA Bailey Reserve. Cumberland is still coming forward, and a lot of their players are trying to join this attack now. They only got 2 back here, Cumberland, while Salisbury are defending in numbers. Warner-Culasaria puts it into an area. Swan's there. Looks like he was contesting with somebody at the back of his head, and now Harrington might clear this long if he gets a touch. He doesn't. Can't be long left here, Daniel.
No. Let's 8 minutes.
Duffy now looking to put this into the danger. He steps over the line. No one saw that, I don't think, but he's going to have a big challenge here with Matt Taylor, who drops him and clears that over the sidelines. It's been a captain's performance so far. Might get a touch here. Now Kay might come away with this. He's only got Cool to play to, and he's been taken out by Carr there, and half his boots come off as well, so it's definitely in contact there if the Cumberland were trying to appease that. But it's been a captain's performance so far, Daniel, and that's what's proven dividends at the moment for Salisbury. It's the difference between these two sides, taking the advantage of the wind, of the facilities, and a man in form.
That's it. Taylor, 3 goals and my 3 votes.
So he sealed that within the opening 20 minutes of the game, and it's going to have a very big final series to play. And now Strain goes for the spectacular as well, but fortunately he's not in as much form as Matt Taylor at the moment, so that sail's just wide. Now it's Jack Showen who takes this out of defence. It's been a solid season for Cumberland, making finals as they usually do. That one goes over the top of Matt Taylor though this time, and now Jep's got opportunity to cross. He puts it in a great area. Big flick. Ooh. Still going. Swan. He does find the back of the net. Josh Swan. Last couple of minutes, and there's a bit of a tussle there in the box. Of course, the keeper's trying to hold on to that. Big push and shove from Harrington, and Munro as well. Josh Swan did get his toe onto that one though, and now we've got a game on our hands the last few minutes. Giving the ball to the referee. I don't think he's going to book anyone here. It'd be silly to get a booking so late in this game. But what it will do is add a lot of added time the longer this takes to kick off. Looks like it's going to be a yellow card to Bannister, a yellow to Munro. And just handshaking after that. Now Luongo's going to just take as long as he can to put this up. But it's 3-2 in this game, so it's a bit closer than we expected. And it goes to show the start that Salisbury had was so important to them. And now they're going to have to try and hold this out for a famous victory. Second half, I mean, as a coach, you go into this saying you won 2-0 in the second half, but in the first half, losing 3-0 is not helped you very much. So they've come out to fire in the second half and put a performance they could be proud of, Cumberland. The youngster Josh Swan comes into the team and gets a goal. His first senior goal for the season as well. I'm not sure if he played much last year or the year before, but 6 games this season for Josh Swan. His first goal in the green and yellow. That's a big sliding challenge from Marcus Marchior. I think he's going to get a booking. Munro's letting him know that. Yep. It's got to be a ticket for you as well. And they're throwing everybody forward. Natosevic is coming in now as well. Not sure if he's okayed that with Westwood, but he's going in there now, so he's got nothing to say. This could be a famous ending here if they get a good delivery on this, Cumberland. Fortunately, they don't have Visconti on the pitch anymore, but I think Carr could put a decent one in himself. Cries ring out from the away side of Salisbury here. They really hope this can be a big clearance here. Otherwise, we're set for an outstanding finish to this game. The last few minutes of added time. It's Carr on the set piece. Everybody in the box for Cumberland. What can they do? The home side put a good ball in. Flicked on that time from Matt Taylor, and it's going to be a corner, so they're all going to stay in there.
There's still time.
He hasn't indicated how long he's got, and I'm waiting to see if anybody on the sideline knows as well, but Matosevic is still in. I think it's going to go right on the keeper as well, keeper-to-keeper action, so if they can clear this, I doubt he's going to get to the other end in time. It's Jep now. Last opportunity for Cumberland. He goes far post. Munro gets the flick. But nobody's there for the seconds, and I think that's full time. It is, Daniel, and it's a famous victory for Salisbury United. 3 of the best, and he made them pay, Matt Taylor. A captain's performance and a performance to be proud of for the Salisbury United team. All over the park, held out, while Cumberland came back in the second half, got 2 goals unanswered. And now it's Salisbury to go through. Eliminated a Cumberland, and they progress Salisbury United. It's been a pleasure to be with you here, Daniel. What a game we've witnessed. Almost witnessed the comeback right at the end there if they could put a few more better deliveries in, but witnessed some fantastic goals, fantastic performance, and a finals game. This is the first week of finals. We're already seeing this. It's going to be a good end to the season. Thank you for joining me, Daniel. Did you enjoy yourself?
It was a great game, Alessio. It was well fought by Cumbie. Almost had the comeback there in the second half, but I think the start by Salisbury was too strong. It was 3 brilliant goals from Taylor, and yeah, like I said earlier, he's got my 3 votes.
Well, that's it here at AA Bailey Reserve. A great clash between these two. Finals game that had all the highlights, all the lowlights, penalties, early goals, chipped keepers, late goals to provide a bit of spark back in the team. But that's the end of the road for Cumberland, and the story continues for Salisbury. They march on, and that's all from us here at FSA in the studio here. Been a good pleasure to be with you for this finals game in the State League. It always excites. There's always goals here, and there'll be more continuing today in the rest of the NPL as well, the rest of the State Leagues as well. State League 2 as well might kick off at 5 o'clock between Demons and Vista. Adelaide City and Comets at 5 o'clock as well. That's all from us. Thank you and good night.